Alright, if you've been keeping up with my videos, you know I've posted a lot of things about Trump. I'm going to go over a couple things, but the last thing is going to be the kicker, guys. So, 2024 on the Chinese calendar is the year of the dragon. And we know that in Revelation 12, the dragon draws a third part of the stars from heaven and is ready to devour the man-child. We are the man-child, one new man. Ephesians chapter 2, verses 11 through 15, the Jew and the Gentile, the body of Christ. But the man-child is caught up, harpazo, and he's kicked down to the earth, and he can no longer ascend. Now look at the year after the dragon. 2025, the year of the serpent. This goes back to the garden, all these patterns repeating themselves. Remember, the serpent was cast down on his belly, and he had to crawl on his belly. That's the same as the dragon flying in the heavens, then he's cast down to the dirt, has to crawl on his belly, stay on earth, and he can no longer ascend. And 2025 is the year of the serpent, which who gets back in 2025? Mr. Trump. We know what 726 is. Harpazo, which is to seize, catch up, snatch away. Also the words we fly away in English gematria equals 726. Remember that song? I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When my life has dun 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 dun, I'll fly away. There's Mr. Trump playing with the magic crystal ball, the fruit, obtaining the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, the fruit of thy womb. This is the matrix. The matrix means the womb. The fruit of the womb is the Akashic records all around us in the ether, the knowledge of good and evil to make you wise and be as gods, knowing the past, present, and future, and all types of knowledge. Also, Donald J. Trump equals 888 in English gematria, 888 in the Strong's Concordance. In the Hebrew is to be evil and bad, and in the Strong's Concordance Greek, it's useless, unprofitable, and unworthy. Now, the word Donald means world ruler. Too perfect. And 2025, 20 times 25 is 500. 500 in the Strong's Concordance is Antichristos. I mean, you just got to be fruitful and multiply. Now, here's another amazing thing. You ready for the kicker? Do you remember the movie The Devil's Advocate with Keanu Reeves and Al Pacino? That one famous scene where Al Pacino reveals that he is the devil, and he reveals that Keanu is his son, hence his advocate and their lawyers, advocates, right? The Bible uses the term advocate for Jesus. He is our advocate, like our lawyer. He speaks for us, right? Well, that room that was done in was in the Trump Towers. But that's not the strangest thing about that movie. That the Trump Tower was not only filmed in the Trump Tower in Donald Trump's suite, but the address is 725 Fifth Avenue. Almost 726 Harpazo. But what is 725 in the concordance? 725, as you can see here in the concordance, says harpagmos from G726, which means to plunder or robbery. 726 means to catch away, pluck, pull, take by force. Remember, Jesus comes like a thief in the night. And 725 means robbery. Too interesting. And we know that the man-child is caught up right around either right before or right after the dragon is cast down to earth. And look at the years, how they match up. 2024, year of the dragon. 2025, year of the serpent. Dragon gets cast out of heaven. Now he's on the ground on his belly like a serpent. I mean, you come on. This is how I know, like, I'm right. These patterns, everything comes together as one. All of these patterns meet at a point. And another amazing thing about this pattern is that right after the year of the serpent, 2025, 2026 on the Chinese calendar is the year of the horse, which matches exactly up with the first seal in the book of Revelation, chapter 6. The white horse rider. That is then Jacob's troubles, 42 months. Christ comes back in 2029. And Israel is judging in 2030. There's two Agenda 2030s here, guys. They got their ideas, and Jesus is going to spoil their plans.
I discovered this thing called the Royal Order of the Seraphim, which is a Swedish order of chivalry created by King Frederick I in 1748, together with the Order of the Sword and the Order of the Polar Star. So, first of all, basically what I'm going to talk about is show who's in this Order of the Seraphim, and it's basically a list of who's who in world history since this date here, 1748, and also up to the present day. So, like, basically world leaders and royal family members around the world are in the Royal Order of the Seraphim. And of course, they might explain it away and say, well, you know, don't take it so seriously. It's just a order of chivalry, order of knights, typically founded during Catholic military orders of the Crusades. Okay, so whatever, you know, there's something weird going on here with that. That's for sure. That's what we're talking about here. So, first of all, let's take a look at what a seraphim is. So it appears in the book of Isaiah, chapter 6, in two places right here. And let's just read this note, what it says. Seraph literally means burning one, perhaps suggesting that these creatures had a fiery appearance, flaming creatures, heavenly creatures of fire. Elsewhere in the Old Testament, the word seraph refers to poisonous snakes. Okay, so Numbers 21, venomous snakes, poisonous snakes, Deuteronomy, venomous serpents. Perhaps they were called burning ones because of their appearance or the effect of their venomous bites, which would cause a victim to burn up with fever. It is possible that the seraphs seen by Isaiah were at least partially serpentine in appearance. Though it might seem strange for a snake-like creature to have wings, two of the texts where seraphs are snakes describe them as flying, perhaps referring to their darting movements. So chapter 6 of Isaiah talks about seraph twice in this chapter. So it says, let's just start at the beginning here. It says, in the year of King Uzziah's death, I saw the Lord, and that word is actually Adonai, seated on a high elevated throne. The hem of his robe filled the temple. Seraphs, right? The seraphim. Seraphim is plural form of seraph. So the seraphs stood over him. Each one had 6 wings. With 2 wings they covered their faces. With 2 they covered their feet. And they used the remaining 2 to fly. And here it says here, but then one of the seraphs flew toward me. In his hand was a hot coal he had taken from the altar with tongs. So they seem to be good in nature, if you were to just describe it, good or evil. Sometimes these things are referred to as possibly being evil as well, especially when you take into account the serpentine nature, and there's a lot of debate as to are these serpent-type creatures. Was the snake in the garden, although the word there is nefesh, is there some kind of correlation? So either way, it seems like in the heavenly realm there are all kinds of different beings, all kinds of different creatures, and these are called the seraphim.
Hello. You seek the Oracle. Who are you? I am Seraph. I can take you to her. But first I must apologize. Apologize for what? For this. The Oracle has many enemies. I had to be sure. Of what? That you are the one. Could have just asked. No, you do not truly know someone until you find them. Come, she's waiting.
Let's take a look at who's in this thing, all right? So the royal family of Sweden, basically they're all in this order, the order of the seraphim, and up to the modern day. We got some real classic. In fact, there's a lot of so-called women, although, as we know, oh, look at that. Come on, that is not a Louis. That's Louis. That's Louis. That's not Louise. These actual seraphim. See, that's the question. I mean, there's some very strange things going on that are almost beyond the realm of human experience. They put the little babies in there as well, like little young people. Here, look at this little Oscar. There's little Oscar is in the order of the seraphim already at such a young age, 5 years old. Look at this one, 3-year-old. They don't even have pictures yet. All right, so that's just Sweden, okay? So that's Sweden, and there's all kinds of people from Sweden, but it's worldwide. I'm just going to scroll down and show a few highlights. You can look at this link yourself. Okay, now we get into Austria. Ferdinand, right? Franz Joseph, Karl Ludwig, and up to the modern day. President of Austria is in the order of the seraphim. In fact, many presidents, right? Look at that. Belgium, Denmark, royalty and political leaders, basically. Crown Prince of Denmark right there. Estonia, Finland, France. Okay, Napoleon. Napoleon was in the order of the seraphim. And all the Napoleon family, it looks like.
You can see Napoleon with the Masonic symbol here, the hidden hand. Here's a Masonic lodge in France. Pretty creepy. You got the moon and the sun over the all-seeing eye. And this is a mockery of God. In the Bible, God is watching over us, and Satanists like to imitate, to counterfeit God.
And then the presidents of France, the recent Charles de Gaulle, and all these presidents of France that we've had in modern times. Chirac, remember that guy? This guy here. Germany, William III, all these guys. Now, see, they don't show Merkel and these kind of people. Some people, I suspect they are in it, but they just don't. This is Germany. That's like everyone and whoever lived in Germany is in this thing. President of Germany. Oh, look at that guy. Right? So, Greece, Sophia, there's a classic. President of Greece. President of Italy. Latvia, Lithuania, Luxembourg. I mean, it's basically everybody.
So here it is, the snake. It's called the snake. On her way to work one morning, down the path along the lake, a tender-hearted woman saw a poor, half-frozen snake. His pretty-colored skin had been all frosted with the dew. Poor thing, she cried, I'll take you in, and I'll take care of you. The border. Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed the vicious snake. She wrapped him up all cozy in a comforter of silk and laid him by her fireside with some honey and some milk. She hurried home from work that night, and as soon as she arrived, she found that pretty snake she'd taken in had been revived. Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed that vicious snake. She clutched him to her bosom. You're so beautiful, she cried. But if I hadn't brought you in by now, oh heavens, you would have died. She stroked his pretty skin again and kissed him and held him tight. But instead of saying thank you, that snake gave her a vicious bite. Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed the vicious snake. I have saved you, cried the woman, and you've bitten me, heavens, why? You know your bite is poisonous, and now I'm going to die. Oh, shut up, silly woman, said the reptile with a grin. You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in.